It's the weekend board games. Just got home from my son's Christmas concert edition. Um, do I need to explain that? It was the last one, guys. Elementary school. We're moving on to middle school next year. Anyway, welcome to Tubbs Plays Games. My name is Tubbs. I play games. I like games, and so I talk about games. This is the Week in Board Games. It's a weekly recap of all the games that I played this past week. Right up top, let's do some business, which is to say that if you are watching this on TikTok, YouTube, or Instagram, please go to the other two. Like, subscribe, follow, share. Anything that you do to boost social media points and goo gobs would make me so happy. And if you play games on Board Game Arena, I do too. And my name is J.R. Tubbs. I'd love to play a game with you, so hit me up there. Okay, so let's get into the games. And then at the end, we will talk about Ultimate Game of the Week. We'll talk about that more at the end. I just said that. That was like a palindrome. Here we go. Here's the games for this week. We're kicking off the week with the Monday night game. If you're new here, the Monday night game is that when my son is at our house on Monday nights, we try not to turn the TV on after dinner. So often him and I will play a board game. Sometimes my wife joins us, sometimes she doesn't. This time we played a mint tin game from Galen's Games called Heritage Farms. It is a little puzzle game based on the old riddle of the farmer trying to get a fox, a chicken, and a bag of corn across a river, and his boat only has room for one, and he has to figure out the combination to get him across the river. This game kind of beat our brains until we realized a few days later that we were playing wrong. We will talk more about that in a second, but yeah, we'll talk more then. On Wednesday, we had some errands to run, and while we were waiting for a place that we needed to go to open, we decided to go to Starbucks and kind of camp out and get some hot drinks and some treats. I always have games with me in the car, so we decided to bring a game in and play a game. And we taught my wife Origin Story. Origin Story is from Stonemaier Games. It's a trick taker where you are building a superhero out of a regular person over 5 rounds of trick taking. I really, really enjoy this game. I think it's a nice, or it's an interesting twist on the trick taker, and yeah, it's a really good time. And I think everybody else, I think my wife liked it too. It took her a minute to kind of understand what was going on, but once she did, I think she got it or dug it. Later on in that day, my son and I played Dice Clash, which is another game from the Galen's Games Mint Tin series. Galen's Games sent me these games to review. That review, I really hope I'm going to be able to get to it for this Friday. I've been trying to work on it for like past couple weeks, and life has just been getting in the way. But Dice Clash is a cool little dice placement game, and we really liked it. My son and I also played a game of Super Mega Lucky Box, which comes to us from GameWorks. I have been playing this game on BGA for a while, really, really enjoy it. And I was like, oh, if I ever see a copy, out in the wild, maybe I'll grab it. But never really cared that much. And then my friend Orangeful had mentioned that it was out of print. And the same day, somebody posted a copy on Facebook Marketplace for like $10. And I was like, oh, shit, it's out of print. Might as well grab it. So I did. I dig this game. It's a very simple flip and right game, but you know what? As you know, around these parts, simple is not bad, and I really, really like this game a lot. I said that I would come back to this one, and I thought I had a picture of the second time we played it, but we don't. We did play Heritage Farms again, and after I realized from reading up on the game, watching a video of how to play it made by Galen's Games, that you don't have to always take a farmer and a good back with you across the river. Just a farmer can go. It made the game much faster, and we had a lot of fun with it. So like, that's just the lesson, is like, play the games right. I misread the rule. The rule is written perfectly fine in the book. I just misread it. And when we played on Monday, we were like 45 minutes into what purported to be a 15-minute game. And we were just like, I don't think there's a way to win this game. There is. You just read the rules right. So, like I said, more to talk about with the review, which is hopefully coming soon. We then moved on to the last game in the Mint Tin series, which is Verdant, Arizona. It is a puzzle game of sorts. You move a truck around this grid of cacti, trying to basically make a 4x4 grid for yourself that is in ascending or descending order, numerically, both across and up and down. And then you're also trying to build 4 square quadrants of matching colors and have geckos on certain cards that score extra points. I really liked it. It might have been my favorite of the 4. Not to spoil the review. Please still watch the review. Saturday night, my wife and I were solo. Kid was at his mom's house, and we were trying to figure out what we were going to do with our evening. It was snowy, and we decided to stay in and make spaghetti because we watched Elf, and they were eating spaghetti. And I was like, I want spaghetti. So we made spaghetti, and then decided to play a game before diving into another movie. And I taught my wife Up or Down from Capstone Games. I think I talked about this game last week. I really, really dig it. It with Verdun, Arizona, it has the up and down numeric order. It's a good puzzle. We then was our Sunday meetup. Sunday meetup is something that happens every week. It's the best time of the week. And we started that off with 12 chip trick, which is a trick taker involving chips instead of cards. Very, very cool. It's from BlackRock Games, and the chips were very nice. I liked it a lot. I really, really dug it. Next up was Kalimala from Alley Cat Games. This was a very cool worker placement game that I really, really liked the action selection in. It had a similar but not exact action selection to Cretaceous Rails, in that you're taking two actions that you place your pawn between. But also, I really liked the stacking element and made some very cool decisions. And yeah, this was a big bucket of win for me. To steal Kevin Smith's phrase. I'm always fighting myself not to say that because it was his old phrase from his podcasting days. Who cares? I'm stealing it. And we ended the meetup and therefore our gaming week with Mori from All Play. Mori is a trick taker, and the interesting thing with Mori is, as you can see on these cards, the lower number cards have leaves on them. The higher number cards have skulls on them. Leaves are positive points. Skulls are negative points. So playing the highest card will win you the trick, but it's also going to sometimes cost you points, depending on the card you're playing. You also get to use these dice as cards. They count as the lowest number of the suit, but you might be able to use them to trump. And then there are also X cards, which are kind of used as what my friend called the white flag, the give up card, but also affect your scoring in the end in a really cool way. This game came off my shelf of opportunity. That's something that I've decided to start reporting on in these weekly recaps. So just to let you know, my rules for Shelf of Opportunity, which I like better than Shelf of Shame, I did a video about it. You can go back and check that out a couple videos back. Is that once my copy of the game has been played, it comes off the Shelf of Opportunity. This helps me to evaluate my collection and decide if I need to keep certain games. Because, for instance, I'm keeping Can't Stop because I love it, but I've never actually played my copy. I've always played other people's copies. So every so often I think like, well, why am I not playing my copy ever? Do I need to keep a copy of this if I'm always playing other people's copies? Just another way to look at it. And that is all the games we played for this week. The last thing we need to do is Ultimate Game of the Week. If you're not familiar, Game of the Week is an Instagram hashtag that I run. People write up their Game of the Week, the best game they played that week, and then on Monday, the community votes for the best. If you'd like to be a nominator for Game of the Week, hit me up on Instagram and I will add you to our super fun group chat. It's a good time. So now I'm going to throw it to me from tomorrow when the voting has concluded to tell you who won. Take it away, me. Thanks, me from yesterday. You can tell it's a different day because I'm wearing a different shirt and sitting in a different room. Big congratulations to this week's Ultimate Game of the Week, which is Sky Team, which was nominated by Sharon Draws Board Games. Congratulations again to Sky Team. I've played this one. I like this one. Thanks so much, me. Appreciate it and hope that tomorrow is a good day. So that's all for this week. Thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for that review of the Mint 10 games. I feel very confident I will get it done for this week. And until next time, I'll see ya.